Hi, in this Lightboard session I'm going to talk about some of the AWS terminology you may need to know when deploying your applications to CloudHub. At a top level, you're going to want to sort out where in the world you want your workers to live. That is what we call a region in AWS. So region could be things like Sydney, Singapore, Ohio, so different parts of the world in which the data centers live. So top level terminology is region. Now, next level down, so because we've got lots of different regions in the world, we then need to go down to the next level of granularity, which is availability zones. Availability zone is fancy terminology for different data centers. They are separated by enough distance and enough different power grid and whatever else, so that any outage of a certain nature will not take down all of the availability zones. So next level down is we've got availability zone. So you may have 2 or 3, depends on the number that Amazon has deployed in a given region. Now, within an availability zone, you will deploy your worker. Now, you don't get to pick the availability zone, but CloudHub will make sure that if you deploy to 2 or more, they will be spread across availability zones. So each worker, each EC2 instance, which is the virtual machine in Amazon terminology, lives in a availability zone. So if we had worker 1, then we've got a single point of failure, not just on the availability zone, but on a given worker. So that machine falls over, your application is offline. So what people tend to do is that they want at least some redundancy in their architecture. So they will deploy at least 2 workers, and then they have no single point of failure on availability zone and no single point of failure on a given worker. So that's some of the terminology you may come across. Don't worry too much about availability zone when you're doing your deployment. It is the region that you get to pick, and CloudHub will make sure that it spreads your workers across availability zones. You just deploy to 2 or more and you'll be safe from a single point of failure.